Mm. Hello and welcome back. I'm Danielle from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those who are returning, welcome back. Those who are joining us on the replay, you are guaranteed to have just as fun and healing a time if you are watching this in the future. If you would like to join me live, I'm here 5 times a week, Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Thursdays at 8 a.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m. All of those times are East Coast US, which in the springtime is GMT -4. So for the first half an hour or so, we'll go ahead and I'll invite you to put any healing requests or specific crystal requests in the chat. I'll pluck them from there. If it's a healing request, I will custom select some stones to support you in your healing process, and we'll build a grid together so that we have some crystal healing. At about the half-hour mark, I'll go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is and what you can expect in your session. And then from there on, I'll turn up the music, I'll turn down the light, and we'll go ahead and enjoy a beautiful session of healing. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. That really helps people find out about me. And without any further ado, let's dive in and see what requests we have. Ooh, we have some good ones and some good requests for crystals. Hello, everyone. So many returning names, a couple of new ones too. I definitely have iolite, blue sapphire, moss agate, and apatite. I have blue apatite. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Peace and harmony for everyone living with and other family members. Healing for the earth. Blessings for everyone. Love it. Amber or something for the sacral and solar plexus. I don't have amber, but I definitely have lots of things for the sacral and solar plexus. Self-compassion amidst inner turmoil and grief. Letting go of illusions, childhood wounds, absolutely. Thoughts, feelings, and habits that no longer serve. Definitely have stuff for that. Forward movement amidst frozenness. Yeah, that's definitely, astrologically, this is going to be a time for that. Absolutely. Letting go of grief and vicarious trauma due to your work. Gotcha. And love and healing. Absolutely. Okay, gotcha. Oh, hi, Susan, and hello. I've met him before through you, at least virtually, and absolutely I'll set some things up for some pain healing, and I'm sorry that's going on. Good to see you, though. So yeah, let's dive in. We've got some iolite, blue sapphire, moss agate, apatite. You got it. Let me just find them. So let's see. Sapphire is an incredible stone for everything to do with the third eye, intuition, awakening our intuition and hearing our guidance. And I feel for a lot of us that are looking to let go, where letting go is hard, a lot of times guidance can be an answer. It's a lot easier to let go when we feel sort of heard and supported and confirmed that something else is out there with us in mind. Being aware of our guides helps us to feel we've got the support of the universe at our back, and that ultimately invites us to say, oh, can I take something a little bit better, a little bit easier, a little bit brighter? So let me go ahead and I will bring up the grid. Awesome. So this is raw sapphire. It looks very different than you would think of them to look in, say, a ring. And this is actually, these shapes, these were not cut into these shapes. This is how it forms in nature. Ruby also. They're very similar stones. And yeah, excellent for third eye, connecting with the guides. connecting with our spiritual teachers on all realms. So definitely some sapphire. We've got iolite to really support and ground what's coming up with the sapphire. Let me grab that. It's going to take me a moment to get to the iolite, but I did find the blue apatite. Blue apatite is excellent for heart and throat together. Green apatite is the one that I see referenced most frequently in crystal books. Blue apatite really helps the communication of compassion and receiving the feedback of basically receiving compassion. We think of compassion, we hear those words, to have compassion, and we think outside. I am to hold a space of compassion for others. Seldom do we think of compassion being held for us, either from another party or having our own compassion for ourselves. This is a stone that can really, really help with that. It's an excellent healing stone. Most crystal healers have a green apatite. Blue apatite, I feel, is great for empowering the communication of your true feelings. Moss agate, iolite. Got it. And so I've got my iolite. And moss agate. Iolite also works with the third eye and the throat. It can be used for quite a few mediums will work with it because it helps with the third eye and intuition and then communicating what we're getting from that intuition. So I often see this used by folks who might be doing readings for people or might be channeling and basically bringing through spiritual messages to then share them outwardly. Iolite can be great for that. If we're bringing through messages for ourselves, that can also be helpful if you're reading the tarot for yourself or channeling for yourself. Moss agate is really interesting. It's excellent for clearing out the meridians, among many other things. And when we talk about the meridians, we don't always really kind of get what they're there for or what they do. They're the rivers of light in the body that take the energy we have and send it out throughout the body. So when we eat, when we nourish ourselves, we first put the food in our mouth, we chew it, we swallow it, enzymes work on it, our stomach is churning, and that physical activity works on it. And as that food continues through our system, we're working on it physically, we're working on it with more enzymes and more stomach acids and things like that. And eventually, when it gets to, just about the navel, just beneath the navel, we get to a point where we've either extracted everything that is useful of it, and now it's kind of on its way to being waste if there's anything left. So it's thought that right at that, what we would call a sacral chakra area, is actually the Tanden or Dentian. That's actually the seat of physical energy in the body, and that's where all of the meridians would start. And what the meridians do is it takes that energy, and it's kind of like a highway system, a delivery system to deliver that energy where it needs to go in the body. This can help to balance, slowing down where it needs to slow down, speeding up where it needs to speed up, but more than anything to just open up all of the networks of our meridian system, helping the energy to flow optimally throughout the body. I just missed one here. Love working with moss agate. Much in the same way, tree agate, which looks very similar to moss agate, is used, and it is used for clearing the nadis and is sacred in India. So very similar concepts and similar stones for doing it. living with family members, peace and harmony. Absolutely. Carnelian comes to mind. There's a lot of great relationship stones. And as we head into this Mercury retrograde time, which we just entered the shadow of it, I know it gets a bad rap, but it's really meant to help us reflect inward rather than communicating outwardly. It's a time to look inward. And isn't that also what, you know, uh, eclipse season is for? And by the way, they're actually happening around the same time. So yeah, carnelian can be an excellent stone, whether it's a workplace, which I did see someone mention taking on too much from the workplace, like emotionally and stuff. Carnelian is excellent. This is a great stone to put anywhere near your desk, anywhere where there tends to be strife. Anywhere, if I had a friend or family member who was like working in a high school, I would say, you want to put lots of this around the cafeterias, that kind of thing. Anywhere where people are coming together and you want to create some harmony, carnelian is excellent for it. Relationships, whether you're living with family or you have roommates or you have neighbors where sound overlaps, where you, like I said, if you're at work, places where people connect and communicate, and also on your own desk, like in your own space, carnelian can be wonderful and empowering in that way. So that'll help both of those. Sacral and solar plexus. Very much carnelian is a sacral stone. And by sacral, for those of you who are a little less familiar with chakras, the sacral chakra has to do with relationships. So the root is from the pelvis aiming down, and that's red, and it's vital needs, primal urges, being alive, the things we need to physically sustain our life. Then above that is how we relate to one another. And if you think about, say early childhood development, a baby cries, they don't know what's going on or who or how it's going to get settled, but they cry when a basic need needs to be met. Then sacral is when they start identifying, like, oh, those are people over there, they're separate than me, and they take care of the needs, and this is how this is working. And then up from that is the solar plexus. That has to do with, okay, given all of that, who am I in relation to all of those people? What do I do? What is this thing called me? It's our personal identity and our free will. So out of those centers, there can be like, who am I? Who is everyone else? What are the boundaries between? That's been coming up for a lot of folks lately. So I'm going to go ahead and use a stone that we used at the 4 o'clock session, some Honeycalcite. It's excellent for both. It helps to support our respect for ourselves while holding boundaries for the love of ourself and the respect of ourself, as well as the respect of others. And Honeycalcite it looks a little lighter on camera. It's like a light honey color. Yellow calcite is definitely more of like a bright yellow. And that one really goes well to bring joy to the identity center. I love Honeycalcite and carnelian together. Carnelian can be very slow, grounding, very relationshipy, the spaces between two people. And Honeycalcite complements it so well because it deeply supports who you are and respect for self, and then extending that respect to another party. So I love working with them together. So thanks for the opportunity to bring those together again. Self-compassion, definitely, like the blue apatite can help that. The Honeycalcite can help that. Let's see. Self-compassion amidst inner turmoil and grief. I'm going to go with Rhodonite. Just give me one moment to find you. Here we go. Rhodonite is I'm actually wearing it around my neck. I got some crematory jewelry made of rhodonite. It's excellent for exactly what you're requesting. There's turmoil, there's grief, there's loss, there's separation, but being patient with yourself through that and allowing yourself to feel that grief, allowing yourself to like really make time for yourself and kind of I also saw it's been requested for supporting childhood wounds. Absolutely. Rhodonite, this like pink and black, and rhodonite that's mined now, you more frequently see more black than pink. These are older stones. These were mined and sold around the 1960s, if not before. These may have been as old as the 1940s. Uh, the rhodonite can be excellent for that. That's a good way to put it. When we're working through anything where we need to kind of process it and be kind to ourselves as we move through that grief, giving ourselves a pause and almost parenting ourselves through older stuff like, say, inner child work is a term I hear used for that a lot. This can help us as we transmute pain and as we grieve, as we release those feelings of loss. So there we go with some rhodonite. So that'll help both of those intentions. There we go. And yep, childhood wounds. So there we go. And thank you for that request. Letting go of illusions, letting go of thoughts, habits, feelings, beliefs that no longer serve us. Yeah, that's a lot of the energy of right now. Perfect stone for that. I may come back to that. We shall see. Yeah, loneliness and disconnectedness due to COVID, for sure. Oh, you're so absolutely welcome. Thank you for being here. Copper and clear quartz, you got it. Yeah, root, heart, sacral. Yep, we'll do some more heart. Absolutely. Grab some copper. Copper helps the energy to flow in an optimal way. It's really empowered a lot of our sessions. It's a, and this is how it's often found in the ground, just like an ore, just sort of chunks of it. Uh, because it's a conductor, it helps move energy. We use it in wires for that reason. And we use it in energy healing that way. Let's see. Dental pain. Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna do Celestite for pain and maybe some other things, Chrysocola and Gibbsite. We'll see. The other thing that Celestite can help us besides just straight up pain is connection to our guides. And just like I mentioned earlier with working with sapphire and iolite, this can really help us connect with our angels if that's something that you'd like to will forward. So I'm going to go ahead and put these here. It's a beautiful angelic stone, this lovely light blue. It can work to help us connect and express our needs and desires to our angels, as well as to help hear them and process those messages. Let me put that guy there. Yeah. Okay, great. So that's some Celestite. Additionally, for dental pain, the calcites, all colors of calcite can be excellent for tooth pain and anything dental because, yeah, as we see here, it's actually calcium. So that can actually help there too. So we've got that. We've got, let's see. I'm also going to bring these in. This is here, this is Chrysocola, which we've been using quite a bit, the greenish one. This is great for pain, but also like a little bit of the depressed kind of feeling. It can be good for both of those. And I'm going to bring in some Gibbsite. This is a very rarely seen stone in the healing arts. I just happened to come across it working with some of the folks on Jewelers Row that I knew of. And Gibbsite is highly recommended for things like headaches and like head pain. So I don't think it can be a bad thing for things like dental pain. And certainly the Chrysocola for depression, heart things, like that sort of, oh, I just don't feel great. Also good for physical pain, especially where I use Chrysocola quite a bit whenever it's a time of depression that causes physical pain and physical pain that causes depression, because they definitely are linked. I mean, if you're in pain, you're not feeling great emotionally. How could you be? And vice versa. So yeah, so we've got both of those covered. Like both of them. I'm so sorry for all of that though. Oh yeah, crystals for animal healing, absolutely. Um, Intuition and clarity pathing, please. Gotcha. For animals, we have leopard skin jasper, which we used in the last grid, and I'm going to throw some of that in there too. Leopard skin jasper is wonderful for working with our animal guides as well as our creatures, our buddies. Honestly, any stone will work great with animals. Any stone. It's just like working with us. Feel free to bring them close when you're getting some Reiki today. They'll enjoy it too. If they want Reiki, they'll just sort of cuddle up with you while this is going on. But yeah, leopard skin jasper, wonderful for working with animal guides and physical animals. Intuition and clarity, definitely the blue sapphire for sure. The iolite, which will help you take those messages and communicate them out, and celestite, which can help us make sense a little bit of those messages too. So you're definitely supported there. I may add some other ones to help with that. Self-love very much, and heart chakra as well. We've got Chrysocola is great for heart chakra. Rhodonite is excellent for loving self, supporting self, but I'm going to add some rose quartz as well. And absolutely, you're welcome. Rose quartz as well, because we can never have too much rose quartz. It's just, there's a reason it's so popular. It's incredible. That's a lot of, it helps empower the rhodonite as well. But yeah, Chrysocola is wonderful for love of self, support of self, as is the rhodonite. And feeling loneliness, absolutely. Heart chakra we have, root chakra we don't have, and then we have sacral. So for Sam there, we got some red for the root. Kind of want to bring in some, here we go, red jasper. Red jasper helps to balance out the intensity of sapphire as well. So that helps with the root chakra. And that also helps with so many of us that are working through some really heavy stuff, to feel like we're supported, to feel like we're not just out in the ethers and unable to ground a lot of this massive healing and these big shifts. It can help us to ground enough to make sense and integrate the lessons we're learning and the messages we're getting. Clear quartz I still need to add. Think I got everything. Letting go of things that no longer serve. Gotcha there. And clear quartz. Okay, so last call for crystals, if you have any. Clear quartz can work really well. It really helps to amplify everything. Quartz. Bloodstone, absolutely. And that actually helps support not only the heart chakra, but the physical heart. Bloodstone is excellent too for what I was searching for, something for the loneliness. It can be wonderful for that as well. Bloodstone also goes by the name heliotrope, and it is green with flecks of red and sometimes clear. It's very deep green. It really helps ground the heart. Like when we feel like the heart is just so heavy that it just feels like we can't move through it. It's wonderful for emotional SHTF stuff hits the fan. Yeah, it's excellent for that. So it can be great for loneliness or feeling apart. I think we got it all. Did we get it all? I think we did. My goodness, yay! Fantastic. I think we got it all. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a couple of stones for you to vote from, which ones to add to the grid. Of course, we know how that usually ends up going if you've been here before. And while you're voting on that, I'll go ahead and have you remember to like the stream if you haven't already. It really helps folks learn about the stream. But first, let me grab two crystals that I feel like could be really helpful. And one is jumping out at me is Amazonite. Amazonite can come in various shades of dark kind of greenish blue to lighter blue, light greenish blue. I have specimens of both, but as you can see those white lines there, this is something that helps fill in the cracks of a broken heart. It's excellent for transitions and definitely self-love, self-support, helping yourself emotionally through difficult times, and also coming to terms with bittersweet or sometimes just plain old bitter transitions, including things like hospice can be great for that. And the other one would be no, not that one. The other would be Dalmatian Jasper. Dalmatian Jasper, those black spots are actually black tourmaline. There's lines of black tourmaline going through this stone, but because we can't see through the stone, it's not a clear stone. It just looks like spots when really it's actual bars of black tourmaline. Black tourmaline helps to keep negative energy at bay, and the color of the jasper can help with what it helps to clear. In this case, because it's sort of a white jasper, this is excellent for clearing our energy fields, clearing our auric fields, leaving the past behind. So go ahead and pick either Amazonite or Dalmatian jasper, or both. We know how it usually goes here. And while you all do that in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and quickly flip over the camera and explain a little of what Reiki is for those of you who might be new. And of course, while you're tapping away into the chat, go ahead and like the stream if you haven't. And For those of you coming in late, I'm Danielle. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Reiki for about 13 years. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki classes, my social media, the free online community Discord, my crystal shop, any of that good stuff, it's all in the description, and you can find it there, whether you're watching this in the future or watching it now. This particular event is built on two things. Reiki, which is the particular practice I work with of it, is known as Usui Reiki. Created in 1920s Japan by Mikao Usui, this method of working with the healing energy that is all around us, flowing through us, in everything and everyone, uniting us all, which is how we're able to connect with it over a distance and over different places in time, which is why you can watch this in the future. This particular energy, our body, mind, and spirit know exactly how to work with it. It's sort of like bringing fresh, clean water to everything. It allows what's ready to go to be gently rinsed away. It flows into the places where we're most depleted and helps to fill things up. It's the building block energy. So it allows us to create a new sense of balance based upon what's in our best interest in that moment. We have access to this energy all the time, and in our culture and in most cultures, we don't really think about it. It doesn't mean it's not there. Just like we're mostly made of water and we don't usually think about it. Doesn't make it any less true. With practicing Reiki and receiving it as a session in person or over a distance, the practitioner is connecting with that energy and directing more of it to you to support your body, mind, and spirit, sort of resetting a little bit around any intentions you may set, like we did today, or just allowing the body, mind, and spirit to adjust to the greatest healing good. So whether or not you have a clear intention, it's absolutely going to help you. To receive this session, all you need to do is exist and be open to receiving it. You can lay down, sit up, be comfortable. If you're not relaxed, that's okay. You can sit in a not relaxed state. Reiki will still help. During the session, I'll turn down the lights and I'll turn up the music. I suggest you close your eyes, take a deep breath if you feel restricted or challenged. And if you feel physically uncomfortable, get up, move around, do anything you need, and just see how the Reiki supports you. You might find yourself thinking or getting some pictures or ideas or thoughts or insights or intuitions. And you may not be sure if it's any of those things or just a racing mind. If you're in doubt, just take a deep breath in and out and just notice what comes up. Maybe it will be a nap, and maybe it'll be something profound, and maybe it'll be something really different. Just go ahead and experience it. The Reiki will always feel a little bit different just because it supports you with what you need in this moment. And moment to moment, that of course changes. During the community distance Reiki, the other key piece is that of communal chi. The Chinese concept that we see in many cultures that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the energy potential available for everyone involved. So as I send this energy healing that consists of the crystals and the Reiki that we've all worked together today, just through being here, whether you're here now or in the future, it really does lend itself to the communal healing availability for everyone. Even though our individual energy fields, I will keep those separate and protected from one another, allowing just the good Reiki energy and crystal support to flow through. So go ahead and close your eyes. If you want to, combine this with something else like stretching or yoga or journaling or anything that feels right to you. This is your time to enjoy and just support yourself, take care of yourself, and feel like you're surrounded by other folks who have similar intentions to that. I'm so glad all of you are here. During the session, you can turn the volume up, down, whatever you need. At the end of the session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath, start to come back to your body, and I'll open up the chat to allow you to ask any questions you might have. I'll be more than happy to stay on and answer them as long as you want me to. And if you're watching this in the future, you can use the comments or my social media to ask anything that comes up. So without any further ado, let's see what we voted on and then get into the healing. And we've got Dalmatian Jasper, Amazonite, both. Awesome. It's looking like both, so we will do both. Dalmatian Jasper, again, is wonderful for clearing our auric field in this case. Amazonite is excellent for helping heal and empower a broken heart, helping us during difficult transitions, helping us to have a better sense of healing through change, and for those moments of more bitter than sweet along the transition process, to kind of support the heart as we transform ourselves and as others transform around us. So go ahead, get nice and comfy. We're going to go to a little bit after 9 o'clock Eastern US time. So I hope I'm not making anyone late for anything. And yeah, let's begin. Get cozy. I'm just going to shift the lights. We're not going to have any flickering lights. We're not going to be doing that, but there will be a gentle changing of light colors during the event. And yeah, enjoy the session. I hope that it is beautiful and healing and everything you need. And I look forward to seeing you at the end. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. You're welcome to stay in this space and exist any way you want. And if you'd like to come back to the space that you're in and start to wake up a little bit, go ahead and take a few gentle stretches. And if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to use the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and use the comments or the social media links in the description, whichever feels better for you. Thank you so much for being here. It was an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend. You're so welcome. Thank you all so much for your requests. That's what helped build this grid, and it is so powerful and so perfect for right now. My goodness. It was just what I needed. I'm probably going to leave this crystal grid up for tomorrow so I can enjoy it then too. Oh, you're so welcome. Blessings to you also. Thank you all so much. It's always an honor when people share any of their time with me, especially on a Friday, when at least where I am, the weather is kind of lovely. I will be back on Sunday evening at this same time, 8 p.m. Eastern US time. And remember, you can always, if you need a little peace, relaxation, you can always rewatch the old streams. They're always up. And I always type out the names of the crystals as well in the description when I archive it. So if you're looking to purchase these locally, it helps if you can, know how to spell it. They're a little, they're a little difficult to spell through hearing. And so more than happy to help with that. And you can always tell which stream is which. I not only date them, but in the thumbnail, you'll see an image of the grid that we created together. So you can pick which one you want to sit through based on the vibe that you feel when you look at the grid. Oh, wow. You're so welcome. It's amazing how much energy we can hold in our jaw. Absolutely amazing. I know years ago I had some surgeries and they were related to um, like basically one of them was my hysterectomy. And I had so much pain in my neck afterwards. I'm like, why does my neck hurt worse than my abdomen? This is so strange. And so I don't always go for chiropractic adjustments. They don't always go or often go, but I felt really inclined to go and see someone I trust quite a bit. And the adjustment was just like, I don't know what I was holding in my neck, but it was just that's where it was and that's where it released from. And I felt like a new human being. I felt like, oh, I feel all better now. And, total opposite end of my body. So yeah, we can put the mental emotional aches and pains in all different places depending on what's going on. It's sometimes the most inexplicable places. Here, let me turn the color up. There we go. I'm so glad that your curious kitty enjoyed the session as well. The 4 stones, pale yellowish green next to the sapphire. This guy or this guy? This here, this big one here, is blue apatite. Peace and love, Ian. Thank you for being here. Come back anytime. So good to see you. This is moss agate. This is iolite. This is iolite as well. This is honeycalcite. This is the sapphires. Celestite. Amazonite. Leopard skin jasper. Red jasper. Orange carnelian. Let's see, pale yellowish green. I think that's it. Yellowish green. Amazonite also. Yeah, let me know if I got that. Oh, and this is gibbsite. And this is Chrysocola. And these guys are copper. So yeah, let me know, Gracie, if you need me to read off any more of them. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you, future someone. So good to see you. Lots of love to you. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Feel free to go and drift off into your beautiful, magical weekend. I hope that it is. And I'll hang around for as many questions as you have. But yeah, thank you again so much for being here. The large ones off the center. Gotcha. These are Honeycalcite. This is iolite. This is iolite. Yeah, I hope that helps. Yeah, these are Honeycalcite. Yeah, and it's similar to yellow calcite in terms of appearance. Calcite comes in all different colors, so like here you can tell the difference a little bit better. This one's the yellow and this one's the honey. They work together really well. They're very similar stones. Honeycalcite works a little bit more with the sacral than does yellow. Yeah, okay, good. And this is more of a true like orange, like a honey and an orange calcite. So you can see how they're. Some would call this orange calcite, I would call it honey calcite. And this is just how the crystals form in the smaller, when they're smaller. This is like came out of one larger piece. But yeah, calcite comes in all colors. I have blue, I have green. They're easy to work with. They're wonderful for so many things. Yeah, glad that helps. I actually have the honey calcite and yellow calcite for sale in my crystal shop. That's where these are from. And they're linked on my website. But calcite, you can probably, if you're farther away, you can find it for sure. calcites are usually very easy to find in the US and very affordable. So whether you find them tumbled or rough or raw or any of them, they're pretty easy to find. Yeah. This is a really beautiful grid, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, Honeycalcite, I've done a lot of work with that one. That one's helped me a lot. Oh, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and pull the stream to a close, though I will be active in the chat for several more minutes if anyone has any questions. And of course, don't hesitate to reach out. You can use the links in the description to go ahead and reach out to me, or go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for sharing this healing space. I'm just going to bring it here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and best to all of you who are in pain, who are healing. I'm so honored to be able to help in even some small way, and I hope to see you again soon, okay? Take care and be well.
I'm so thankful he did.